As a humble servant of our great king, I've taken it upon myself to chronicle this tale. It is a tale of good and evil, warriors and monsters, battles and adventures. It is a story I like to call the tale of Darren and Gollroth. In the beginning, the great king, who rules from a land far above the mountains and skies, established the people of Belladon. And from them, he chose a certain nation, the men and women of Illyriel, to be his own people. As their king, he promised to lead, protect, and guide them. Leading them through the wilderness, he brought them to a lush and bountiful land, which he gave to them as their new homeland. All he asked for in return was that they obey his laws. However, that was not good enough for them. The people of Illyriel disobeyed their king time and time again. Because of this, the king had no choice but to punish them, and so allowed them to fall into enemy hands. Then the people cried out to their king, asking him to forgive and restore them. The king heard their cry and delivered his people. Once peace was restored, the king then appointed judges whom he chose to communicate through to his people. Such a one was Getrick the Sage, who received the king's instructions and taught the people his law. And for a time, peace was established. Then they came. The Guardians of the Northern Mountains. A vile race whose only desire was to plunder and destroy all in their path. Though the king had promised to protect them, because of their fear, the people were quick to lose trust in the king, and demanded Getrick to elect a ruler among them who they could see to lead them against the Guardian army. Getrick knew what the people were asking was wrong, but he consulted with the king on the matter. The king told him to grant the people their desire, though much sorrow would be conceived because of it. So Getrick sought out a man of the king's choice. A man called San, who on the outside was the very kind of man who the people would want for a ruler, tall and handsome in appearance. But on the inside, well, that was yet to be seen. The newly elected Lord Sarn rallied the men of Illyria against the enemy, and with an army at his back, he charged the Guardian ranks. The enemy was defeated. But the joy following the victory was short-lived, for just as the king had predicted, Lord Sarn's heart soon turned from the laws of the true king, and he became a selfish, wicked tyrant. He taxed the people heavily, and whatever he wanted, he seized through force. Soon the people realized the mistake of their choice, and they despaired. But the king had not forgotten his people, for though he had given them a ruler of their own choosing, the king himself had already chosen another, who would one day take Lord Sarn's place. Getrick was at first surprised to find that it was a young peasant boy by the name of Darren, who, though he didn't appear to be anything great on the outside, the king had looked within and saw a heart that desired to serve and obey his commandments. Getrick placed the king's blessing on the lad, proclaiming that he was to be Illyriel's future ruler. A new hope was dawning across the land. But just as the light began to rise, darkness returned to the land. For the Guardians had returned to Illyriel. For though Sarn had defeated them in years past, he had not completely wiped out their race. And so in time, they began to grow in numbers and strength. And so once again, came up against Illyriel to seize and plunder the land for themselves. Leading them was a monstrous warrior, such as the Illyrianites had never seen the like of before. Gollroth, the giant guardian of the northern mountains, who towered easily over the tallest mortal of that age.
Illyrianites, God! We need not spill our blood over this battleground. Send forth from your ranks a champion that he may fight me. If he wins, we shall depart from your lands. But if I win, then you will be our slaves, to be used for our pleasure.
The heart of Lord Sarn melted within him, and with it the hearts of all his people. For many days, Gollroth issued the same challenge. And for many days, none answered it. But Darren, who had been sent by his father to bring food and supplies for his older brothers who were among Lord Sarn's ranks, upon arriving, heard the giant Guardian's defiant words.
Where is your champion, warriors of Sarn? Are you not the people of the great king? I defy you and your king.
Upon hearing this, Darren sought out the king's men to inquire the meaning of it.
You there! What is the meaning of this? Who's that there?
When he was told, Darren was furious that the army of the king had not yet accepted the giant Guardian's defiant challenge. Approaching Lord Sarn, he requested that he might go and battle Gollroth himself. At first, Lord Sarn was unsure, but in the end, he consented. To aid him in the battle, he offered Darren his armor and weapons. However, after testing them, Darren found that they were much too heavy for him and would not serve him well against the giant. He refused Lord Sarn's gracious offer. And so it was that Darren, a simple, poor farm boy, with naught but a staff and a small dagger at his side, went forward to face the giant Gardren warrior.
You challenge me? Am I a wolf pup that you come to beat me with a twig?
You are mighty indeed, Gollroth, and your strength is great. But our king is greater and stronger than you will ever be. By his power today, I will smite you, so that both the armies of the Gardrens and the armies of Lord Sarn will know this day that our king is the ruler of all Illyriel.
Where's your king now, weakling?
That day, a young peasant boy, through the power of our great king, brought down a giant. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my king. What I wish you to understand, my friend, is that the hero of this tale is not I, but our great king, to whom be the glory forever and ever.